Well, good morning, my friends. Welcome to Live Inspired with John O'Leary. One of my favorite quotes comes from Margaret Mead, and she wrote, "Never doubt that a group of small, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." It was that message that I shared just a couple weeks ago to a small school right here in my own backyard. It's called Our Lady of Guadalupe. A bunch of kids, awesome kids, various backgrounds, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirits. Incredible opportunity for me to remind them that this truth is alive and well, not only through Margaret Mead's writings, through my experiences, but in their own life. And so what I did with these incredible kids is I shared various stories from my own background on how one person can make a difference for me. I told the story of coming back to school and how one kid by one kid by one kid welcomes me back and made me feel whole. I told the story in high school how one person stood up to the bully. And although one person, a negative person, was making fun of my hands, that one kid in that class stood up, did the right thing, and in doing so, changed my world. Told the story of how in college one guy invited me to be his roommate and then eventually invited me to join his fraternity, and how this shaped the arc of where I went, not only to college, where I lived, who I met, the profession that I took on, but the life that would come afterwards. One person can indeed change the world. So I shared these stories and then invited them to be that change, to be that role model, to influence others the way that I had been influenced myself. And then I left it there. I wonder if it resonated. I wonder if it really sunk in. Well, coming back in town after several trips over the last couple weeks, and I find at my desk card after card, hand-drawn pictures of these children reminding me that yes, indeed, the message resonated, that yes, indeed, it was heard. And maybe my favorite commitment from dozens of letters from these remarkable kids at Our Lady of Guadalupe was a little girl who said, "Mr." spelled, by the way, Mister, "Mr., you reminded me that my life mattered." And my friends, with all the negative news in the marketplace today, not only in schools, but in hospitals, politically, environmentally, with economies, with organizations downsizing again, in our own backyard, in our own relationships, in our own marriages, with our own kids, Mr. and Mrs., I think it's important that we are reminded again that our lives matter and that they matter profoundly, that the best of our days remain in front of us, but we occasionally need a group of small, committed citizens to change the world. This week in our community at Live Inspired, I had the opportunity to speak to Becky Hatter. Becky is the chairman, the CEO, and the president of Big Brothers Big Sisters Eastern Missouri. She's the finest executive I've ever met, and I'm lucky to call her a friend. And after you listen to our podcast, you too will be lucky to consider her a friend, to realize the value of your own life and the ability it has to directly and to dramatically impact the lives of those around you. So if you want to learn more about Becky, you want to learn more about Big Brothers Big Sisters, or you simply want to learn more about making a difference for someone in your community, check it out at johnolearyinspires.com. Go to the podcast section and be blown away by her story and by your own. So for this time, my friends, and until next time, this is John O'Leary. Mr., this is your day to be reminded that the best is yet to come and that your life matters.